I'd like to call our special call meeting to order at this time. And we will move down to our first item on the agenda, and that is item A, to approve a purchase of a 2025 Wagoneer for the Muhlenberg Achieves and Ignite through the Felix Martin Hall funding.
All right, so this is, Felix Martin Foundation has provided a grant up to $70,000 for this vehicle. There would be no cost to the district. They did choose to go with the Wagoneer. This would be our vehicle, so like if anything ever happens to Ignite or something like that, it is the board's vehicle, but right now it's just a vehicle for them to have when they take the kids around. The cost is $58,620.
Motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of approving the purchase of the Wagoneer from Muhlenberg Achieves and Ignite through Felix Martin Hall funding, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. Move down now to item B, and that is to approve bid for high school football field turf.
All right, I'm Derek Gilbert.
You're Derek.
Thank you again. The turf one, like we said before, the turf's about 16 years old. It's got holes in it. It has been shown to me. So the lowest bid came in at $566,833.81, and the lead time for that one was a bit shorter as well, as being it's about $2,000 less than the next highest bid. So.
Make a motion, we approve purchasing new turf.
A motion by Mr. Porter. Second by Ms. Ewens. All in favor of approving the bid for the high school football field turf, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we are down now to approve the first reading of the revised dress code. So we just discussed this in our work session prior to this meeting. You want to make a motion to change, to make those, you got it all written down?
I would like to make a motion to change the dress code So after much deliberation and much conversation about the current dress code that is in place and the few changes that we were planning on making, the board members that are on the committee got back together and we looked at the junior high dress code and found that the junior high dress code is very similar to the high school dress code, but it spells out a few things in a little bit more clear language, I should say. So the items that we are changing and updating are the tops on shirts and jackets. All tops must completely cover a student's midriff, torso, and shoulders at all times. So midriff, torso is between the shoulders and the groin area. That is your torso. Everyone has one. So if you will buy shirts that are the length of your torso, it will take care of all of the other issues that we were having with leggings and jeans and pants that look like leggings and all of that stuff. So adopting that would fix that. Also, the exposure of cleavage is unacceptable. That would be during school hours. Anytime a student comes to school, no cleavage showing is acceptable. And I believe that was already stated in the high school dress code as it was, so we're basically leaving that the same. Lower body apparel, as in the junior high dress code, must be worn at the natural waistline and extend to 3 inches above the knee. No skin showing 3 inches above the knee. This includes holes in pants and jeans. And additional items, Ms. Rager, do you have how we wrote the number?
Yes, I think we,
number 3 first.
number 3, we just, I think added baseball style caps are allowed. And then we removed the words could potentially. So it would be that baseball style caps are allowed, but any other hats or headwear that could potentially potentially cover, we took out could potentially. So anything that covers a student's ears, which could conceal earbuds or headphones, thus presenting communication and or safety challenges are not permitted. So
Okay.
I think we just wanted to clarify that you can wear a hat that does not cover your ears.
Right. And that, I think that was the majority of
At
the
the
confusion.
administration's discretion.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So at administrator's discretion would account for the junior high administrators being able to say, no hats allowed on this campus. And then the high school administrators would be able to say, these hats are acceptable on this campus. Is that what we all agree on?
That's right, yes. Right.
Okay. Because that item, when we met at the school board meeting the last time, a lot of the students were misunderstood that we had even changed that. We hadn't even talked about changing the hat dress code. But because there was so much confusion, we are doing this tonight to make sure that it is clear that it is up to your school administrator whether you can wear a hat or not on campus and what style of hat that is. Good?
Yes.
Clear on that? And then number 7, Ms. Rager, would you please read the rewording of number 7?
So number 7 currently states, no sleep apparel such as pajamas, flannel pants, loungewear, or house shoes may be worn, and we are striking the word loungewear out of that statement. So it will now read, no sleep apparel such as pajamas, flannel pants, or house shoes may be worn.
And I believe we all know what pajamas are, so use your discretion. And then on the bottom of that, it says dress code protocol may be altered but still monitored during other activities such as dances, field trips, etc., and corrected at the administrator's discretion. We left in the dress code for school dances. However, we did include, as the teachers and administrators asked, that we would allow, and I don't have that wording here on this one. Oh, yes, I did. Shorts and t-shirts meeting the proper dress code are allowed for casual dances. So casual dances, you're fine to wear what you wore to school as long as it meets your school dress code. And that dress length must be, I don't have that wording, mid-thigh or longer.
Or longer.
And slits and dresses must be higher than mid-thigh. Must not be higher than mid-thigh.
And then I just want to reiterate the corrective action for dress code violations. None of this was changed. This was in the current sitting policy for the school district. So we did not touch anything with corrective action for dress code violations. This was already in place. So I know when we had some of our speakers at the regular board meeting to speak on the dress code, I think a lot of them were misinformed that we had made changes to what those enforcements would be, and we did not touch that. So that was something that was currently in place. Nothing has changed with the dress code violations or the punishment for those violations. So I did want to put that out there too, just to let people know that that has not been changed.
One last comment on dress code that we spoke about during our work session. Dress code is part of our school board policy. It's also part of the Muhlenberg County School Board policy. So if you are a teacher or administrator in Muhlenberg County Schools, it is your responsibility to enforce dress code.
And it's going to take a collective effort to make sure that these changes are enforced. And I think really and truly at the end of the day, I don't think that we had such terrible problems with it. It's just there's been a lot of things that have been pushed to the max with some students, and they may or may not have gotten dress coded for it, but trying to create professionalism in our students for their future, it's just we need to set this dress code to make the students aware that when they get out of school and they move into their careers and in their jobs and whatnot, they need to be used to the idea that there's going to be expectations for what they wear and how they present themselves while they're in their job. So I think this is where we all come from. I think I'm safe in saying that I'm speaking for everyone sitting up here when I say, you know, we have those expectations in our jobs or jobs we've had in the past and currently have. So, you know, it's not something that we're just creating to make a problem for students out there that don't want to abide by the rules.
Or teachers.
Or teachers, exactly. So, you know, I just think that, you know, there's standards out there and we need to live up to those. So, we do ask that all of our staff and administrators be aware of, you know, our students, what they're wearing, how they're presenting themselves when they're in the school buildings during school hours. So, we do ask that everyone enforces these guidelines. All right, with that being said, and those changes, making a motion to revise to those?
Sure. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the updated dress code policy.
And I second it.
All right, I have a motion by Ms. Bard, second by Ms. Yonts. All in favor of approving the first reading of the revised dress code, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And we'll move down now to our approval of our fiscal year 26 salary schedule.
As you know, I previously recommended the 1%, and you all had the work session, so at this point, you have my recommendation now. Whatever you all have that your desire, I'm going to write it down, and you know, like I gave to you prior. I mean, for the work session, I gave you an updated version that had everything that was requested in the previous. So.
And thank you for getting all of that to us. We appreciate that. I know sometimes we talk about things up here and we don't always give you ample time to get that information, but we appreciate you getting that to us right after, so.
I would like to make a motion that we approve the revised pay scale for this next year that was presented in the work session and in our meeting minutes. That includes the 2% increase for all staff and a 75% increase for the bottom two categories.
75 cents, not 75%.
Yeah, 75 cents.
He's having a heart attack right now.
Step back, make sure.
So,
So the salary schedule that you have prepared, Eric, is what I make a motion that we
All right, there you go.
approve.
All right.
You want to repeat that just for clarification?
Yes, I would like to make a motion that we move forward with the revised salary schedule that was presented in the work session and in our meeting minutes.
I second.
And I have a second by Mr. Johar. All in favor of approving the salary schedule that presented, the revised schedule presented in our meeting, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. And I need a motion for adjournment. A motion by Mr. Johar. Second by Ms. Bard. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? I hear none. We are adjourned.
Those are yours.